Hello there. So today we're here to try out some E.L.F. So if you want to see a bunch of E.L.F. products in action, you know, let's go. You may have seen one of my last videos, which was E.L.F. haul. You're gonna see all the products in action right now. So, first thing I wanted to share is this, which is a tiny ring light. And I just thought I'm gonna mention it because this is probably the best one I've seen. It's very affordable and it works really well. The only thing that kind of bothers me is that it's very like cool toned. So it makes you look a little bit dead, but it's a very nice ring light. If you're looking for something very small for selfies, I would recommend it. So now let's start off with the actual products, shall we? We've got a lot of stuff. We got almost a full face. Not quite. So I'm first gonna, oh my god, what is this hair doing? We're gonna start off with primers. Now some of these are new, some of these are not. The ones that are not new and that I actually use all the time are these two. This is the E.L.F. Prep and Blur Stick, which is literally just... that's it. And the second one is their very famous Poreless Putty Primer. And I'm also like digging deep into that one. And I really like them both. This one is a little bit more hydrating. And this one I feel like works a little bit better as a pore filler. Yeah, so I'm just gonna use this one because I don't think people use it enough, to be quite honest. This is the E.L.F. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. This is very overhyped. And I want to know if I should rave about it just like everybody else or not. This is like a jelly. Okay, it smells like mint chocolate chip. It feels cooling, feels quite hydrating, and it also feels like a glue at the same time. So you should let it sit for 30 seconds. It's so thick and sticky that it's like hard to spread. So this was kind of a struggle to apply. I think we did it. I think it's not that bad. Now for the foundation, of course I have the original Flawless Finish, what is it? Foundation, but today we're gonna use the Camo CC Cream because it's new and I have already done a wear test on this and it's good. However, it doesn't last well on me and I still have to figure out why. So today we're just gonna apply it for a bit of you know, good fun, and I have the shade Fair 120. I do look like a ghost now. At least you can see that the coverage is actually really good. Like, as I said, I quite like it. I really like the finish. It has like this nice luminous natural finish. I really like the ingredients in it as well. It has some collagen, peptides, and niacinamide, SPF 30, which is also great, but it just doesn't wear well on me. And I don't know why. And it really pisses me off because it has great coverage. It blends really well. Why, face? Why do you have to be like that? So now let's move on to a concealer. I have different E.L.F. concealers again. I have the Hydrating Camo Concealer, but this one's already a little too dark for me, so I don't want to mix it with this pale ass foundation. But I also have this Flawless Brightening Concealer, which is what we're gonna be using today. And I have the shade Light 26N. Okay, so that's the concealer done. It has very good coverage. I really like it. I really like the finish, but the color is a little bit darker than the foundation, so right now it might look a little crazy. And also it has very peachy undertone. I don't know since when is peach equal to neutral, because that's just not true. Okay, it works well because it's supposed to cover my dark circles. That works well with peach, but otherwise it's a little like, I want neutral. Okay, if I'm gonna buy something neutral, I don't want it to look peachy. And it's not only E.L.F, everybody does this. Stop it. And now we're gonna go in with a cream blush. And to be specific, it's the E.L.F Putty Blush in the shade Turks and Caicos, I think. Yeah, in the shade Turks and Caicos. And it looks like this. And it's very similar in texture to like the putty primer formula. And I haven't still figured out how to really apply it, so we're gonna try. It's a little hard to place well. It looks a little bit patchy to me right here, but I don't know, it's such a strange texture because it feels less creamy than the putty primer. So it looks a little bit drier and it applies a little bit drier, but still like nice and kind of juicy. I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I am gonna use my E.L.F finishing powder in the shade Fair Light. Yeah, so this powder is not bad at all. You can see it toned down the blush a little bit because it, you know, clearly it has some coverage, but it's a nice powder. It's not very matte, so if you have very dry skin, I think this is going to be great for you. I really like it in the winter when I'm very dry. In the summer, not so much because I get a little sweaty. So it's just, you know, very slightly pigmented and not very mattifying. Now I'm just going to bronze a little bit and I'm going to do my eyebrows because I don't have anything for brows from E.L.F, I think. And we're going to continue with the eyes. Okay, I take it back. I was lying. I totally found an E.L.F brow product. So this is the Shape and Stay Brow Pencil. And it's actually a wax pencil, which looks very similar to the Fenty one. Yeah, but first, I'm actually going to put something in my brows. I'm going to take my Milani Weekend brow and just draw in some hair. My hand is not steady today. Okay, so I'm just gonna run this through the brows and we'll see what it does. I think I like that. So if you are into your soap brow or your brow waxes, it's very similar to the Fenty stylus, the one with a little like brush on the end, but it feels a little bit more lightweight and less waxy, and I ran it back and forth. So there's a lot of product on the brow, but it doesn't feel like a lot of product. So I would say I really like it. The only thing I'm kind of missing is the stylus on the other end. It has a sharpener though, which is nice. These don't really have good hold ever, because it's just the wax. It's not really gonna hold the brow, but it does give them like the nice fluffiness and kind of separation so you can see the individual brow hairs. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, I would recommend this because it's way cheaper than the Fenty one. And I might even like the texture a little bit better. Now I think we can move on to the eyes. I have the E.L.F Eye Putty Primer, but we had a little accident and it was opened and it's totally dried up. So I think I'm gonna attempt to pick it up with a flat brush and see what we can do. Okay, I think it kind of worked, but it's absolutely not supposed to be this dry. But I did prime my eyelids with it. Also, this is not how it's supposed to be like, so I don't even know if I should think anything about it. But I did some Googling and I'm not the first person on this planet who got a dried up eye putty primer from E.L.F. So yeah, I reached out to them, they gave me my money back, but I would like the primer, you know? So for the eyes, we have a lot of stuff, okay. I have these two pen eyeshadow, No Budge eyeshadow sticks from the Mint Matte collection. And we also have about 1700 bite-sized palettes. The ones that are like brand new are these three. This is the Acai You in the middle, Pumpkin Pie right here, and the Meant to Be right here. So I don't know, I kind of want to try the sticks too. So I think we're probably gonna go for the minty one. And I also have the brushes, which have already been used. So I'm gonna try these out as well, and we'll see what I can come up with. So let's go. So there we go. I tried to go a little out of the box with this one. And I think I succeeded because I fucking love this. Okay, it's not the most even thing I've ever done, but it might be the coolest. So I'm just gonna put some mascara on and I'll be right back. Okay, so did I fuck up my mascara? Of course I did. I always do. And now I only have one e.l.f. highlighter, and that's one in this palette, so I think we're gonna use it. So this is the Bite Size Cheek Duo in Cantaloupe. Alrighty, and now a bit of lip. I have multiple things from e.l.f. from this haul. One of them is this sheer slick lipstick, but it's a little too dark and too warm, so I think we're gonna skip on this one and make like a proper warm tone look sometime else. And the other thing I have is this lip plumper, plumping lip gloss in Mint Sprinkle. So I'm gonna use lip liner. I think I'm gonna keep it minty. I'm gonna use the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Hey Cardamama. So this is somewhat faded in. And then we get the lip plumping gloss. I don't know if camera picks it up, but you get like minty, purple, blue, green, yellow shimmers. It's awesome. It looks awesome. Okay, so let me just set this and we're ready. So, this is the finished look. Might be the coolest shit I've ever done on this channel. I'm pretty happy about it, if you can't tell. I love this minty fantasy, so for some reason this whole thing just turned into me reviewing the Mint Melt collection. I understand why it's been so freaking overhyped now, because it's really good. Yeah, so let's just quickly go over the products I've tried. You know, we made some opinions along the way, let's just share them. Overall, I would say that e.l.f. is absolutely incredible brand. I don't think I have a product from them that I would dislike. I'm just so happy with all these. Let's just go over the products. These two I would absolutely recommend. This one more mattifying, this one more hydrating. They both do the same thing, you know, nothing can hide your pores, but these two can make them a little bit less obvious, let's say. The primer I actually quite like. I think the foundation is sitting on top of it really well, and I've been using it a little bit with my other foundations, and I must say I really like it. It's very sticky. I would almost say it's a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, but I like this one a whole lot more because it's actually hydrating. Yeah, as I already said, I do like this CC cream, but for some reason after like 8 hours, it just disappears in patches from my face. So I have to figure out why, but once I do, I really hope I do. And if I do, I'm gonna be praising this a lot because I really like it. I love the ingredients, I love the sun protection you get. It's just such a nice product, and I'm so mad it doesn't work for me that well. The concealer is actually very good, but I would appreciate actual neutral undertone. Thank you very much. I've used this finishing powder. As I said, right, if you have dry skin, if you don't like matte powders, if you want something with a little bit of coverage, this is perfect. It's incredible. It actually reminds me a lot of the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder. They're very similar. Yeah, I have used the putty blush. Honestly, this is so hard to apply. I'm still not sure how exactly should I apply this. The stippling brush I used today is like the best way of applying it for me, but it's still not it. Yeah, the brow wax is a running winner. I can't believe I almost forgot about it. If you want the Fenty one or you like the Fenty one and don't want to repurchase it, go for this one. I think it's better. It's thinner, it has the same amount of hold, but it just looks a little bit better, you know? It's less clumpy, it's less weird, it's less gulpy. Primer, I don't think I should even talk about the primer, honestly, because I mean, look at it now, like literally it's just gone and dried up. These eyeshadow sticks are awesome. I mean, I already knew they were because I have a couple, but these are incredible. The mint one is really pretty, like, I really like it. Like, did you see the payoff when I was painting this on? It's just so beautiful, and even on the lower lash line. And if there's one thing I know about these, it's that they last forever on your lower lash line. So I would very much recommend these in any color. And the palettes, very much the same story, right? I've been using all of these on and off in videos, in real life, and just so good. They're so good for the price. Deep inside, I still want them all, but I know it's unreasonable, but I still kind of do. So good. Oh, that's not it. Wait a minute. Then we get the gloss. Is it plumping? Maybe a bit. I feel like my lips look smoother, and even though the shade looks insane in the bottle, it's actually not as insane on the lips. But I have to give a shout out to this lipstick as well, because I've been wearing it like non-stop. Like, look at her, she's so beautiful. It's amazing. It's such a beautiful like burnt orange pumpkin brown. It's such a pretty color. And yeah, that's it. So that's my infinitely happy me back again after criticizing another video. I'm so happy with how this turned out. So that's it. That was my almost full face of e.l.f. trying out my latest haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I helped you with some of these products. I would probably recommend them all, unless you have a weird skin like me and that CC cream just doesn't work for you. So thank you very much for watching. Consider subscribing, and if you want to see more videos, then wait a minute, because on the outro screen you're gonna get a, you know, like a little clicky thing here. Yeah, see ya. Bye.